Peace, family, friends, and neighbors. Thank you for being here with Superposed Broadcasting. My name is Leonidas Hamza. I am a family herbalist, and again, well, not again, I guess. Again, because this is take two, but I have made it clear if there's any issue with anything that I say or leave out, leave a comment, reach out to me. If you want to know more, if you think I should say more, or even if I'm wrong about something, reach out to me. Tell me. I'm wrong all the time. I'm human. And I make mistakes. And I need to learn as well. I'm always going to be a student, no matter what, especially when it comes to herbalism. Herbalism is not something you just master in 6 months. It's not something you master in 6 years. I don't even believe you master it in 20 years. It's a lifelong journey. You can understand the body, or biochemistry, biology, physiology, anatomy, but to truly master herbalism, is to master alchemy, really. So, it is a lifelong journey, and I'm here today because I want to make a part 2 on yesterday's video regarding nettle leaf. One thing I said in my video was nettle leaf is a anti-histamine. Now that word anti is an allopathic word. It's not one of my favorite words to use. I will try not to say it too often because people associate anti with, well, that's not with, it's just when people go look up an herb, they want to know if this herb is anti-cancer, or is this herb anti-diabetes, or is this herb anti-fungal, anti-parasitic. You get the gist. Now, herbs go much deeper than this allopathic system or the systemic meanings. There's a side to herbs that many people do not understand today, and that is why I took it upon myself to learn vast systems that were built around herbalism. Let it be traditional African herbalism, so TAH, Ayurvedic medicine, TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, and the Western physiomedical state, or the Western tissue states. These are the systems I chose to talk about on my platform, Conscious Healing. This is the way I want to, I should say, sell tinctures. I want people to understand the energetics of tinctures. See, there's other herbs that are for histamine. Histamine is just inflammation, means heat. Heat causes excitation, okay? Heat is like rubbing your hands together, creating friction, okay? Causes things to become excited, puts things in an excited state. When things become excited, such as what I experienced from the exposure of mold and paint fumes, my heat excitation caused lax tissue or lax mucosal membranes. leading to discharge. But with the heat, that discharge eventually solidifies. When that discharge solidifies, it causes a dam or blockage. There's a reason for your body to produce a mucosal substance. Your body is trying to get rid of a pathogen, a viral load, or a bacteria, some kind of airborne illness that is a foreign invasion. And so your body kicks on this response. Your mucus is calcium and magnesium and all these other minerals. This is your body's internal fire system. So your body uses the mucus to pick up these pathogens and to expectorate them, eliminating them from the body. Now, when you get the blockage from the solidification of the boogers, it causes a blockage, and now those pathogens, or whatever the case may be, are stuck behind that dam. They're stuck inside when your body wants to get them out. So I chose nettle leaf because it is anti-histamine. And all antihistamine means is it's cooling, okay? And that's something that people don't see or know when they go and look for that herb and read about that herb. There's not very many text, or not very much text out there to describe that cooling effect. That cooling effect comes from the nature of the plant. See, inside nettle is cooling because it's a high mineral plant. There's a high mineralization inside of that plant. To understand minerals, we need to go down and understand atoms. Atoms make molecules, molecules make cells, cells make tissue, tissue makes systems, systems make you. Okay? So, when you look at minerals, minerals are ionized. They're charged, okay? Negative and positive charges. This is energetics, all right? So, when you look at these energetics from the plants, you're looking at the mineral composition, the phytonutrients, the constituents, and so on. And you're understanding how those will affect the body, the tissue states. Okay, so now that you kind of get an understanding of the energetics, there's hot, cold, damp, torpor, then there's dry, moist, or wet. In TCM, you have the 5 elements: earth, fire, air, water, I guess 6, and ether. Ether is a very important one. Ether is where chi and prana comes from. Okay, so anyways, if we go back to TAH, traditional African herbalism, basically nettle serves as a profound blood and lymphatic cleanser. It moves the stagnant fluids and opening the emuctories and restoring systemic vitality. Vitality is life. The vitality is chi. Vitality is prana. So vitality after the toxic airborne exposures. So the emuctories are basically your organs or parts of the body that carries off body waste. And your largest emuctory system is the lymphatic system. The lymph goes around and picks up all your metabolic waste. Your cells defecate and urinate, they eat and eliminate digest just like we do. Your lymph goes around and picks up that waste from the cellular matrix. It goes around and cleanses out everything, and that it cleanses the blood. And then your lymph as well is made from plasma. Takes that back to the kidneys. The kidneys go ahead and filters that waste through the nephrons. And then you go through uresis. Uresis, you urinate, and you eliminate all the acidic natures or waste from your body. Okay? So that is the TAH perspective. And then you have the Ayurvedic lens, which you have Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. See, Nettle balances Kapha. Okay, it clearing excess cold, damp, congestion, and heavy mucus. Okay, and it cools excess Pitta, heat, which we were talking about, heat in the blood, which is histamine. Okay, basically clears up this heat that's sitting as it's a deep-seated blood purifier, okay? And it clears out the environmental toxins again and airborne irritants. See, don't mistake that the herb clears out the toxins. The herb doesn't do the body's job for it. The herb comes in to assist the body. It assists the body so the body can do its natural thing. That's where allopathic medicine is wrong in my lens, is because allopathic medicine comes in and does the body's job for the body. Herbs come in and they give the body a boost, okay? And that's the way that it should be. Your body was designed to clean itself, heal itself, repair itself, and so on. You just have to give it the right tools to do so, or the right herbs to do so, or the right nutrition to do so. Herbs are not medicine. Herbs are simply, an herb is simply nutrition. And nothing more, nothing less. And this comes back down to you are what you eat. But anyways, you have traditional Chinese medicine, TCM. So nettle clears wind, dampness from the upper respiratory tract, okay, and it supports the lung qi. Qi is in the quintessential ether. It is the essence of life. It is prana, okay? Life is in the blood. You breathe in air. Air is converted in your, you have air sacs in your lungs, and then that is converted into hemoglobin. Hemoglobin goes back into your body, oxygenates the body, and then you get carbon dioxide back. So, chi, prana, life. Air, life. So anyways, nettle supports the chi, or supports the lung chi. So chi is energy, it's vitality. It supports the lung chi in maintaining proper defense functions. And there's also another terminology from traditional Chinese medicine. There's proper words, of course, for these. But I'm not going to sit here and teach the pinyin right now, or pinyin, yeah, something like that. But so basically, again, nettle in traditional Chinese medicine, it transforms stubborn, damp phlegm accumulating in the chest and the sinuses. It basically transforms that phlegm and that lymph into something that can be purged out of the body. Okay, again, it comes in, it clears up the heat, allows the mucosal membranes to cool down. When they cool down, they become less excited. Again, now so it's like a valve. Okay. Again, your mucus is your fire system, and it's like this internal suppression system. The valves open. When the heat dies down, the valves start to close little by little, and eventually that lax tissue clears up. You can stop blowing your nose because you don't have a stuffy, runny nose, and you can move on to your next energetic pattern, because you're going to have to follow up as well. Heat excitation is not the only place to stop at, but this is where you're going to stop. We're going to stop for this herb. There's other herbs to come in, and if there's other effects or side effects, I haven't experienced anything other than a sneezing attack. Sneezing attack, again, is to eliminate or to purge anything that's inside of the respiratory system that should not be there. So there's three systems: the TAH, traditional African herbalism, Ayurvedic medicine, and traditional Chinese medicine. And then there's the Western tissue state. Okay, so the Western tissue state, Nettle acts as a similar drying agent for stagnation and relaxation. Okay, so relaxation in the mucous membranes. It tones atrophic, lax tissues that we were talking about. So this is stopping the excessive mucus hypersecretion that I was talking about. Closes that valve. Okay, so while it naturally occurring anti-histamine and anti-inflammatory properties stabilize mast cells to quiet down the it's a hyper-reactive immune storm. So when you have this inflammation, when you have this antihistamine, it kicks on the immune system because there's a fornivation. So the mucus is not just calcium, magnesium. You got T cells and B cells and white blood cells and I said T cells, but you have the thymus also kicks on. The thymus is the gland on the heart. It's the general of the lymphatic defense system, or the lymphatic system, in which the mucus it basically travels. Not basically, it does. It travels through the through the lymphatic system. The lymph picks up and it expectorates any of the pathogens that it can through elimination organs such as your nose and your kidneys and your skin, okay, or it even picks up the pathogens or these airborne toxins and it takes it back to your lymph nodes. When this just take it back to your lymph nodes, it essentially you have what is called macrophages. Macrophages are these pleomorphic beings, and these pleomorphic beings essentially they're pleomorphized, meaning that they go ahead and they basically pleomorphize is they adapt to the nature of the reality in which they are being exposed to. So based on how strong of an invasion or how strong of a pathogen or a virus or bacteria, that pleomorphic being is going to adapt to that to destroy it. Because if that macrophage fails to destroy that pathogenic invasion, that pathogenic foreigner, then that could potentially harm the rest of the body and basically lead to the destruction of its home. Now, you have, I can't remember off the top of my head how many lymph nodes you have throughout your body. Hundreds, okay? And foreign invasions are taken to all hundreds of lymph nodes throughout your body. Sometimes you even get swollen lymph nodes. Sometimes you get sore lymph nodes. And a lot of the times people get them under their armpits and they get them in their neck. That's usually draining down from you have the lymphatic system and the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is of the cranium on the upper respiratory system, and then you have the lymphatic system is the lower body. Okay, the lymphatic system is just a miraculous, beautiful system, and if you can see throughout all of this, it basically summarizes, not basically, this everything I explained from all of these different perspectives summarizes biochemistry. Okay, biochemistry is the physiology, the anatomy. Okay? It's all of it, the chemicals, the organic chemicals, and the energetics. But I think that really does a good job at answering or extending the request of Stacy, a friend of mine who watched my video, and I want to say thank you for watching my video, for taking the time out of your day to listen to me, of all people. I really do appreciate it, and I hope this answers your request. I hope this helps you see the energetic perspective of nettle leaf. And I want people to know that there is a difference between nettle leaf and nettle root. They both have different energetics. Okay, maybe another video I can do nettle root. Right now I just want to try to keep an organization here. Again, as I said before, any questions, comments, concerns, leave a comment, reach out, give us a like, share the video, tell us what you don't like, tell me what I said wrong, whatever it may be, I'm open to it. And most importantly, thank you, family, friends, and neighbors, for listening to your family herbalist, Leonidas Hamza. This is Superposed. Superposed out. Peace.